At 3, we're getting you up-to-the-minute coverage of breaking news in Galveston County. That's where officials say a barge slammed into the Pelican Island Bridge.
Now, this happened just a couple hours ago, impacting traffic on the Pelican Island Causeway. This area, very industrial, few attractions.
So we're giving you perspectives from Sky I-13, as well as our team on the ground. ABC 13's Daniela Hurtado is there now as crews begin assessing the damage. Daniela, what can you tell us?
I can tell you at this hour that evacuations are underway. We're told here by emergency officials that are continuing to not only survey the damage, but mitigate plans on what the rest of this afternoon is going to look like. But they're telling us that they are allowing cars off of Pelican Island into Galveston. I did talk to
basically, when we came out, the barge had, I guess, crashed already. This was going on already, but yeah, it was just a whole stop. Everybody stopped. But yeah, and I guess, I don't know if there was oil in the water, but I don't know what was the way, but it was a long way.
At 20 miles an hour, widely spaced. So everybody's clearing. Unless it's real big, I guess you can't get off.
So, like we were saying, emergency officials say people are allowed to get off of the island one by one, slowly, in order to get off of this bridge. I can tell you.
That is our Daniela Hurtado reporting live from Galveston County. We want to bring you some facts of what we know about Pelican Island Bridge. TxDOT already had plans to replace it next year. The bridge was built back in 1960. There was a feasibility study done on it just last year, the spring of 2023. Also, public meetings were held last summer. An environmental assessment was being done this spring, 2024.
Now we want to bring in our Chaz Miller in the newsroom. He joins us live to explain more on the impact of this bridge being out of service now. Chaz, good afternoon.
Brianna, good afternoon. Yeah, it's nearly 6 miles of the Gulf Intercoastal Waterway that's been shut down as a result of this. You just heard Daniela say they are currently letting people leave Pelican Island as those evacuations get underway. But in her reporting today, I do know she's also been told that those people will probably not be able to return in the near future. So let's take a look at a map to show you exactly where this area is if you're not familiar with it. And the county judge, who you'll hear from in a minute, said this is a big deal as it relates to maritime commercial traffic that uses that route. You can see the Pelican Island Causeway right there on your screen. We do know at this point drivers will not be able to travel north toward Pelican Island from 51st and Harborside, and there are Galveston police officers there in the area detouring traffic. Now, there are a lot of things on Pelican Island that could be impacted by this outside of simply people who live and work there. Texas A&M Galveston is there. Their commencement, though, was last week, which presumably means less students there now. We have asked them for how many people are on campus. They said they're working to get that number to us, but that there are some faculty and student there as we speak. The island is also home to the Galveston Naval Museum, and the battleship Texas is also dry docked there. Now, in addition to them allowing people to get off the island right now, Pelican Island, into Galveston Island, we have been able to confirm a company known as Baywatch Dolphin Tours is offering to get people off of Pelican Island should they need it, and they've added that they're going to work on a long-term plan to do that for as long as needed. In the meantime, here's Galveston County Judge Mark Henry on having to close so much of this roadway.
That's a big deal and something we were hoping to avoid, but the spill of the vacuum gas oil is going that direction. So I understand the Coast Guard's reluctance to let traffic traverse through that when the chance for that oil going through there is there.
So we'll continue to check for updates on this. Daniela's down there. I know Micah Hatfield's going down there. And as was mentioned a few minutes ago, this bridge was built back in 1960. TxDOT has said it's at the end of its structural life. There are plans in place to build a new one. Plans were there to start construction on it next summer in 2025. We'll obviously see how that's impacted as a result of this. Live in the newsroom, I'm Chaz Miller, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.